Hey, what's going on, everyone? Vega here for SerpentX Tech. Welcome back to another episode of Caffeine and Crypto, where I welcome you to join me with your favorite caffeinated beverage of choice as we go over this past week's crypto news. Right now, the market is kind of meh. It's still meh, and it's probably going to be meh for a little bit longer. However, there could be an uptick in the future. Hopefully, um, unfortunately, February, what I was expecting to be a green month, which is historically usually a green month, is probably not going to be one. But we might have a green March because I still believe people, as they get their tax returns, will start to run into these coins wherever they are and pump the market a little bit. We got a lot of positive news happening, and I might not cover it all here on today's episode live on X, Twitch, and YouTube. But there's a lot of positive news around Bitcoin, but not a lot of price movement around Bitcoin. They're doing OTC, they're doing ETFs, they're doing this, they're doing that. Not really impacting the price too much, even though we're hearing a lot of positive news and information out there, which is intriguing to me. As you can see, the beginning of this past week started on the 9th, right? And the 6th, Thursday and Friday, the 6th, and even Saturday, the 8th of February, we kind of put in these, I guess you could say Darth Maul wicks. Not really a Darth Maul wick, but kind of like a Darth Maul wick. But then, the beginning of this week, right, we started putting in a couple greens, the 9th and the 10th, fell back on Tuesday, another green Wednesday, fell back on Thursday, green Friday, and we are kind of pushing up to that, close to that heart line for the Bollinger Band, pushing also on the 50 and the 20 EMA. So that could turn into some resistance, as you can see. If we could push through that, that'd be great to get to the upper end and try to get above 100K and then turn that 100K into support. That would be lovely. But yeah, we've just been chopping sideways, as you can see here, for quite a while now. We look back all the way to November 2024. We're kind of been in this range of 105, 106,000 all the way down to 93, just bouncing in between. Nothing too exciting. For news today, Bitcoin 1 week volatility compresses 8.7%. Violent price moving incoming or expected. Bitcoin giants megaphone pattern, which is happening, sets price of Bitcoin at possibly hitting 270K to 300K. Michael Saylor says Bitcoin will be unaffordable, predicts $5 million Bitcoin. Yeah, in the future. I don't know how far in the future we're talking, Michael, but not right this second. I'll tell you that much. GameStop considering investing into Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. That obviously fueled a little bit of hype. Wise Crypto issues XRP warning. Trump may drop the crypto council, instead just rotating a cast of industry leaders to help advise them, which not a bad idea, right? Because one industry expert might push a narrative while another industry expert would be a little bit more neutral, while another industry expert would push an opposite narrative. And some people are blaming why they might drop the council on XRP, but we'll see how true or accurate that is. Analysts predict delayed altcoin season amid lack of retail traders, right? So the reason altcoin season never came is lack of retail traders. Experts unveil altcoin ETF approval odds, right? Litecoin is the top one, according to the list, to possibly get an ETF followed by Doge. That would be great for a lot of people that are using script miners. And then lastly, if you haven't been keeping up with the channel, again, most of my content's pre-recorded due to my hectic schedule. But I did put out the 5080 mining hash rates. People love this format. I often get a lot of thank yous for it, where I just data dump a bunch of information. I don't push you into a video, and I just dump, some hash rates, some power targets, power limits, core clock, mem clock, all that stuff. I tested all the algos available, but not every algorithm is capable, or not every miner is capable of mining with the 5080 or the 50 series just yet. Like BZ Miner and Warthog, LOL Miner, and a couple other things. So hang tight. Matter of fact, I think there's a Windows update that's coming. If you haven't already got it yet, that might make it so that the 50 series performs a little bit better on your Windows system. We also had driver issues. Not an article that I'm pulling up, but we did have some driver issues with Nvidia. like Zotac. So they were telling people, because a driver did come out yesterday, I did publish that on my X profile, to make sure that you update your 50 series driver, because the original one, either some people like on Asus were experiencing issues, or Zotac power issues. It's various issues. Obviously, drivers, when they first come out, at least day one drivers on launch, they can have some problems, and so you just update to avoid it. But I think I found another issue, especially for the Asus Astral, which is currently in the system right now, and it's just really weird. The BIOS switch was having trouble initiating the 110 power limit. You can see I got it now, but it just wouldn't load. Like, for some reason, it only kept me at 100% power limit instead of the 110 power limit, even though I was on P mode instead of Q mode. So very strange. 50 series, anytime there's a new hardware, new technology in general, new devices, there's always going to be growing pains. People are dealing with the growing pains. Obviously, the 12 by 2x6, 12 pin 2x6 is having issues, whether it's the older one not seating all the way, or maybe some pins being depressed. Others, like the wires, the gauge of the wires by themselves are just really crazy. Cool thing that I like about Asus, though, is if you look on the GPU tweak, look at this. I can see the amps, because Asus put like monitoring sensors behind each pinout for the 12 volt rail, right? So the bottom row, the top row is 12 volt, the bottom row is ground. And so we could see all 6 12 volt pins and how many amps they're pulling. And throughout my testing, you'll see videos in the future as well for like gaming performance. You know, these things are running pretty good, whereas Jay's 2 cents and even DeBauer showed people, or their wires pulling 20 amps on a couple wires, or one wire, right? Like, it needs to be evenly spread out through all of these pins, and it wasn't being evenly spread out through all of these pins. So yeah, growing pains for the 50 series. Anyways, let's get moving on to the crypto news. First, thank you and good morning to everybody that stopped by. Jay Bohannon, Rud Puts, Hour 252, Crypto Pound of 4, Chump Change. Appreciate you guys all stopping by. Hope you're having a great day wherever you are in this world. But Bitcoin 1 week volatility compressed to 8.7%. Violent price move incoming. Violent price movement incoming. Basically, I can't predict the future, and I've been expecting February to be a really good month. We could still close green. If we zoom out here, let's go to the monthly. We could still close green, but like, look at that. We got a lot of work to do to flip that bad boy, right? Like, we could go to the top of this EMA 20, or excuse me, the top of the Bollinger Band right here, and that will put us at 97K, or excuse me, what is that? 106K. So the, you know, close to the previous all-time high. But to reverse that action midway through the month, while it may be possible, I find it unlikely. I just don't think there's enough enthusiasm in the market. We're getting a lot of good news, right? But we're not getting a lot of action. You know, action speaks louder than words. That's why I'm a big proponent of mean what you say and say what you mean. Don't be a jerk. But anyways, as far as Bitcoin goes, you know, I'm expecting just more choppy, right? We might be able to break above this heart line here in the Bollinger Band, and then use it as support, the 99K arena, which is where it's at. But we could fall right to the bottom of the Bollinger Band, or the bottom of this EMA 100 ribbon at 93 and 84 still. Again, looking at the past history of Bitcoin, you know, that drop of 13% is nothing. 15% price swings is nothing. So we'll see how things pan out. But I have personally put in orders and dollar cost average. And if I move out of your way, some of my price targets are, so I have one at 93.5. I have another one at 91.2. And then I have another one at 88.7. Those are my price targets. What I'm doing is I'm literally using, whether it's Cash App, Coinbase, or what have you, I'm literally using it to put in $10, $20, $25 at those price targets, setting a custom price target, and I'm buying if it dips. If it doesn't dip, great. But if it dips, I'm accumulating more, because that's what the big wigs are doing. That's what the banks are doing. That's what the major enterprise personnel, that's what the suits are doing. right? Retail is selling their Bitcoin into the hands of the few. So just play it cool. Obviously, if you need to take profits, pay your bills, as I always preach. But if you can accumulate and, try to get to at least one Bitcoin, I say you'd be pretty good. We'll see. Wow, Rud Puts is a member of the channel. Techie member for over 2 years. Good job, man. Time has flown. Appreciate you being a member of the channel. Thank you, everybody, for stopping by and supporting the channel as you always do. Stuff, Trips, All Track. Appreciate you. So anyways, Crypto Quant author Axel has discussed about the trend in the realized volatility for Bitcoin. The realized volatility here refers to an indicator that calculates how volatile Bitcoin has been using its percentage returns during a specific window of time. In the context of current topic, the window is of 1 week. Thus, the version of realized volatility tells us about the percentage difference between the price high and low during the past week. Below, in this chart, for the indicator shared by the analyst that shows the trend in its value during the past few years. So this is the BTC realized volatility 1 week. I like to see a longer time period, but sure. As is visible in the above graph, the Bitcoin 1 week realized volatility has recently seen a sharp decline to 8.7. This is a low level for the cycle, as the metric has only gone below it a few occasions. In the chart, the analyst has highlighted all the instances where the indicator touched this line or fell under it. Interestingly, the volatility of cryptocurrency compressing to this degree has generally led to a violent move for this price. Now, is that a violent move up or a violent move down? There's no particular pattern related to whether the move following the low volatility period would be bearish or bullish, though, as Bitcoin has seen both types of trends during the past few years. So again, looking at this chart, this lack of movement, right? This lack of volatility, right? We've been kind of stagnant. So in theory, a big buy or a big sale could trigger multiple liquidations on either side, and we could either go up quite a bit or down quite a bit, is the point that they're alluding to. We got a chart here. The net taker volume, the metric that measures the difference between a taker buy and taker sell volume of Bitcoin, has dipped into the negative zone recently, as CryptoQuant community analyst Martin has explained in an X post. You can see the dip down. And the last times it had it, this little U right here. The indicator dip into the red territory means that short volume is outpacing the long ones, right? So shorts are outpacing long. So bearish sentiment is shared by derivative traders. Interestingly, as the analyst has highlighted the above graph, the pattern has consistently signaled a local bottom for Bitcoin during the recent phase of consolidation. So with this data, we're expecting a move up. With this data, usually there's going to be a violent move, period. A move up or a move down. But combine that data and this chart, we're expecting a violent move up, which could happen. But you always want to prepare for all eventualities. Okay? Because we have some other articles to kind of back that up. Another trending pattern here is Bitcoin's giant megaphone pattern sets the Bitcoin price to possibly hit 270,000 or 300,000. As known as the broadening wedge, which is what the giant megaphone pattern is, forms when the price creates a series of higher highs and lower lows. As a technical rule, a breakout above the pattern's upper boundary may trigger a parabolic rise. And then here's the chart, right? And if I move out of your way, because I'm kind of blocking some of the numbers, you can see here they go into a couple hundreds of thousands, and the sell arrow is literally pointing in between 320,000 and 280,000. So let's say 250, right? In November, Bitcoin broke above the pattern's upper trend line and has since consolidated above it. By the way, hang out to the end of the video. I have a personal update for you guys. Not something I want to talk about at the beginning of the video and push away any prospective viewers or subscribers to the channel, but longtime members and stuff like that, if you have the availability, please feel free to hang out to the end of the video for an update on why why all of this is the way it is. Anyways, in November, Bitcoin broke above the pattern's upper trend line and has since consolidated above it. Lagan's chart highlights base 1, base 2, 3, 4, and step-like accumulation structure that supports an orderly price discovery process before Bitcoin's parabolic ascent. Base 1 marked the end of the bear market at the megaphone lower boundary. Right here. Base 2, the bear trap that shook out weak hands before BTC reclaimed support. Right here. 3, price expansion phase, confirming the step formation with higher highs. Step 3, and we did make higher highs. And step 4, the final consolidation before breakout, signaling that the price discovery is well underway. Right here. So we're kind of chilling on top of that, megaphone pattern. Parabolic curve, step-like formation. I think we actually are kind of not exactly in formation. Like, you can draw a chart to make it look like whatever you want, or you can make it fit whatever trend you want. But, are we not in this ascending scenario 1, but instead in scenario 2, where it's going to chop a little bit longer, right? Might fall back again, falling into the 70s, and then push up. Ligon has leveraged Elliott wave theory to project Bitcoin's breakout targets, mapping its trajectory price following successive accumulation phases within the megaphone pattern. His analysts suggest Bitcoin is now in wave 5, the final and often most parabolic phase of the impulse wave. As a rule, wave 5 tends to extend 1.618 to 2x the length of the wave 3, aligning with the Fibonacci base price targets inside 270,000 to 300,000 range by 2025. So basically, some of the people that were calling for $1 million Bitcoin in 2025, or almost $1 million Bitcoin in 2025, that's probably not going to happen. But a $200,000 Bitcoin by the end of 2025, or at least hit that before the end of 2025, I think is more feasible. I definitely think it's more feasible. Bitcoin's gold path supports 300K prediction. Analyst APSK32 compared Bitcoin's trajectory to gold historical rise, right? They're comparing to the OG of the market, suggesting Bitcoin could follow a similar path to a high of 400K. I'm again getting a little bit exuberant. I wouldn't feed too much into that, but using the power law model normalized against gold market cap, the analyst noted that Bitcoin has never moved more than 5 years ahead of the trend line, indicating further upside potential. The bullish outlook is largely driven by Bitcoin's increasing adoption as a treasury asset among companies, mirroring gold's role as a store of value. Even traditional finance giants like Italy's Intesa Sanpaolo has begun integrating Bitcoin into its holdings, signaling growing institutional confidence in Bitcoin. Historically, gold has been a safe haven asset for governments and institutions, and Bitcoin now being positioned similarly, especially with DJT considering a Bitcoin strategic reserve. Not to mention multiple states in the United States, right, working to make a Bitcoin a part of its portfolio. And you had people in the Middle East that were trying to keep things on the hush-hush. That information is now public as they bought significant amounts of, whether it was Ethereum ETF or Bitcoin ETFs. So Bitcoin is a world-renowned asset, and I can see it continuing to move up. It's just, I know a lot of people want it to move up now, like right now. I would be happy with that. We could all take some profits, pay off some debts, buy a new car, get more diapers, whatever it might be. But I think it's going to be more of a slow burn and then a big jump. And what I mean by that is I think February is going to continue to be a red month. We might be able to close this red candle a little bit higher, but it's still going to be a red month. March, we're going to have some bullish momentum leading into April, May, but then we're going to start to chop sideways again. August, September, October might move up a little bit more. November, December holidays, people take profits, come back down a little bit. I'm still more in the 120 to 150K range. I'm not in the 270 to 300K range as some of the other articles have mentioned. But Michael Saylor, as always, being on the news and various summits, says that Bitcoin would be unaffordable. $5 million. That's crazy. Obviously, they are citing three major catalysts as spot Bitcoin ETF, bank custody and lending, and fair value accounting for BTC on corporate balance sheets. Speaking at the X Base is when Michael Saylor brought up those three catalysts and price prediction. At the time of the X Bases, Bitcoin was trading around 63K. It's now 97, up 53%. If Bitcoin continues to grow at an average rate of 54% every 5 months, it would take approximately 3 years and 3 months to reach 5 million. Now, remember what we talked about in past episodes. Bitcoin's parabolic jumps are diminishing compared to the days of old, right? You know, the 2011, 2013, 2015, 2017, the jumps up, the parabolic rises have diminished every time we did it. Every time we made a new all-time high, the jumps have diminished. They're still big, and Bitcoin can still do some crazy things, but they're diminishing. They're not as explosive as they used to be. They're still explosive, though. No, I'm not selling my 5080 yet. Until I get a 5090, then I will sell the 5080. I need the 5090 first. Moving on. Let's see here. Saylor says it's going to be a grind up by a factor of 10 just because gold is broken and Bitcoin is going to replace gold. Everybody in the universe knows they need a non-sovereign store of value in the form of a bearer instrument. Last year, people said inflation may be coming. Now the mainstream narrative has flipped to inflation is here. You need an inflation hedge, hence Bitcoin. Someone is going to go ahead and buy 100 million of Bitcoin through a security, an ETF security. I think that's the one. Well, as we mentioned previously, we got some of the Middle East and Arab nations, the old money, if you will, buying significant sums of crypto. But how are they doing it? They're doing OTC. Are they doing it, direct? Like, I'm assuming ETFs, no. They have to buy through whatever their financial vehicle is. But, again, you and I can trade with one another directly, whether it's Bitcoin, Ethereum, or most of the other cryptocurrencies. So, wonder how they will go. GameStop is considering investing into Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. Of course, GameStop CEO trying to keep his name in the game. I'm sure. Has Roaring Kitty done anything with GameStop? Any live streams? I haven't seen them, or maybe I haven't just gotten the notifications. But yeah, GameStop is exploring investments into alternative asset classes, including crypto and Bitcoin in particular. The company is still in the process of figuring out what makes sense for GameStop. Bitcoin, duh. Last weekend, Ryan Cohen, the CEO of GameStop, posted a photo on social media with site X with Michael Saylor, co-founder and chairman of MicroStrategy, the largest corporate holder of Bitcoin. I mean, a company investing or having a balance sheet with Bitcoin on it is not new, right? We saw Tesla do that. We've probably seen a number of companies that have Bitcoin on their balance sheet. That's not new. It could help shore up GameStop. But yeah, I'd be interested. GameStop, you really should consider accepting crypto as a form of payment for. And I know that we could just use our cards and stuff like that, Coinbase card, Cash App card. You can use PayPal if you really want to deal with centralized entities because you don't really own the cryptocurrency. You just have the money on there. Robinhood, kind of the same thing. It would be really cool if GameStop started accepting cryptocurrencies instead of me having to use a card that converts my cryptocurrencies to fiat and like them accept it straight up, right? Here's a QR code for my Bitcoin address. Boom. You want to buy this new Pokemon game? You want to buy this, the Nintendo Switch 2 that's coming out? Boom. Here, pay with Bitcoin. That'd be really cool. I think that would incite the community to just go out and buy something at GameStop with crypto if they were to do that. But anyways, it's exploring options. Shares of GameStop soared as much as 20% in extended trading following the news. The retailer could decide not to follow through with it. Maybe it was just there to stir up some share market value. But Ryan posted a photo with Michael Saylor on X, got some speculation going on, and then of course, with that announcement, the market took it and ran with it. GameStop launched crypto wallets and that let users manage their crypto and non-fungible tokens. However, the firm shut the service down in 2023, citing regulatory uncertainty. Maybe they could come back once they have clear guidance, with the new the leadership and administration. Maybe they'll come back. Then it talks about how GameStop cut costs, blah, 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 cash. Companies consider adding Bitcoin. Yeah, so companies considering adding Bitcoin to their balance sheet would be following in the footsteps of MicroStrategy. The company recently rebranded to Strategy, has bought billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin in recent years, effectively transforming from a software stock to a Bitcoin holding vehicle. The decision has helped fuel a rapid if volatile rise of Strategy's stock, so MicroStrategy. In 2023, GameStop board approved a new investment policy and allows Cohen plus 2 independent board members and other necessary staff to manage GameStop portfolio of security investments. Those investments have conformed to the policy guidelines or be approved by the committee by unanimous vote or full board majority. So, not new. It could help out GameStop. Do I really care? Not really. I'm sure Roaring Kitty and the GameStop fans do. I have some GameStop on Robinhood, but I'm not. I honestly haven't been at GameStop in a while. I think I pawned off some games, but I had what are they doing that's keeping them alive? I haven't been able to keep up with. They do need to do something though. Wise Crypto issues XRP warning. A branch of financial rating agency Wise Crypto has poured cold water on the surrounding Ripple-affiliated XRP currency. According to the agency, a favorable regulatory shift does not suddenly create a strong use case for the token. As reported by You Today, the U.S. SEC has now acknowledged multiple XRP ETF proposals. This could potentially be a watershed moment for the token, which might enjoy broader institutional acceptance in the near future. The odds of XRP ETF being greenlit in 2025 has now surged to 80%. So we got Litecoin, we got XRP, possibly Doge. However, Wise Crypto has noted the limited utility of the XRP token has been a fundamental issue for the token since inception. Earlier this Friday, Mercer founder, I can't say it, Ryan Selix pinned the Ripple might struggle to pull off the comeback since stablecoins have already won. Stablecoins won. The legislation will soon codify that victory in the U.S. XRP is drawing dead as stablecoins grew 2 orders of magnitude during the SEC battles. Meanwhile, Galaxy CEO Mike Novogratz argues that the narrative is precisely what separates the winners from the noise, as the supply of cryptocurrency tokens keep increasing at a dramatic pace. That said, he has stressed that utility is the next frontier. Every lasting ecosystem has a story people believe in, but belief alone won't cut it forever. Utility is the next frontier, says the crypto mongrel. So, the institution is saying XRP doesn't have utility. The story is great. The wins are great. What they did against the SEC and for the crypto community is great. But if there's no utility, it's not going to be widely adopted. So yeah, price appreciation happened, but what is that like? What are we doing? What is the point of using this? And again, their main target is banks, so it doesn't bother me. It doesn't affect me. I don't care. So if XRP does great or not great, I honestly don't give a crap. Let's go look at XRP's charts real quick and see if I have it. Yeah, so this past week, it's making a nice little push from the February 9th, right? From the bottom to the top, it's up 22%. So a good, strong push. So despite that news, the XRP community is holding strong. And I believe this was the previous all-time high. And if we measure from that previous all-time high right here, which was $3.39, I could be wrong. Hang on one second. Let's go to 1 week. Yeah. Barely. It got over the previous all-time high, but barely. Yeah, so that's a whoops. That's a drop of 47%. That's not too bad comparatively. But yeah, let's say $3.40 was the previous all-time high for this token. Some people are arguing against, like, what's the point? But obviously they have a strong community, and I think there's going to be some concern about what their motives are to try to get into the crypto strategic reserve with Mr. DJT. But yeah, Trump may swap the crypto console for summits. We mentioned this at the beginning of our video, basically saying that they may drop the crypto console in favor of a series of informal summits featuring a rotating cast of industry leaders. The change, first reported by Unchained Crypto on February 13th, is thought to reflect both strategic policy considerations and attempt to diffuse growing internal tensions across the digital asset industry. Remember that video that came out where the gentleman that's a Bitcoin maxi was very upset of how XRP might be trying to pull one over and you know, get it on the strategic crypto reserve instead of Bitcoin. All right, we changed from Bitcoin strategic reserve to crypto, whatever they called it. So yeah, there's some tensions between the Bitcoin maxis and some of the altcoin holders. I think a good mix, primarily of Bitcoin, would be healthy for the U.S. government. That's my opinion. According to Unchained, 3 anonymous sources familiar with the administration's decision-making process revealed that these proposed summits would likely tackle distinct policy issues ranging from banking and payments to data centers and Bitcoin mining. In a portion of its report, Unchained stated that the Trump administration may not launch a formal crypto council after all. Instead, the White House will likely gather a rotating group of crypto leaders from a series of summits on specific crypto policy issues, according to the 3 sources familiar with decision-making process. It remains unclear how many summits the White House is considering or exactly when they would take place. 2 of the sources told Unchained Crypto that industry trade associations have been weighing in on the potential formats and discussion topics. The prospect of these ad hoc summits appears to stem from Trump's team's desire to steer clear of power struggles within the broader crypto ecosystem. Industry players have increasingly splintered into factions, including Bitcoin maxis, proponents of decentralized finance, backers of centralized exchanges, and others with differing visions of integration in traditional finance. And that's understandable. But let me tell you this. And this is going to be towards any of the leaders that actually watch my videos. If I am a leader, right? If I am a Michael Saylor, if I am a leader of XRP, if I am a leader of Solana, if I am Charles Hoskinson from ADA, and Charles has been really good about this. Despite a lot of people not liking his attitude, he's been really good about this. If I am a leader in that, for that team, for that ecosystem, my goal isn't just to get my token, my project, my ecosystem on the front. My goal is to lift up tangible cryptocurrencies, to help lift up Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, ADA, XRP. Like, we need to work together, because if we start to fracture, we start to splinter, and like we get mad and we have a fight with one another, DJT isn't going to deal with that. The moment if we go to a meeting and we just start arguing back and forth, blah blah blah, he's not gonna sit there for that. He's not gonna. We need to work together to uplift blockchain technology and the cryptocurrency DeFi ecosystem. If we start fracturing, and again, this is to the leaders. You and I aren't in these rooms. We can be involved to some capacity, but we're not in these rooms and these private meetings. The people that are in those rooms and private meetings need to understand that this is bigger than them and their project or ecosystem. They need to focus on working together and uplifting and having clear regulation, rules, lines in the sand and uplift the crypto ecosystem, the blockchain ecosystem for the betterment for everybody. Stop being selfish because you want your token to be, oh, I want my token to have 70% and be 70% of the government's holdings. No. Nobody wants to hold XRP, bro. So we'll give you 10. Bitcoin 70. Well, we won't even give you 10, dude. We'll give you 2.5. Bitcoin's gonna be 70. How are we gonna split the rest up? Solana, Ethereum, Cardano, whatever. So all this bickering, which has been happening not only with leaders but amongst the regular folks of cryptoverse, we need to stop that. Many in the digital asset space had previously expected the launch of President's Council of Advisors in Digital Asset, or the Crypto Council. That expectation was fueled by December posts from President Trump on Truth Social. Under the initial proposal, crypto and AI czar David Sachs would serve as chair and former congressional candidate. Bo Hines would act as executive director. While Hines has kept a low profile since December, one unnamed source told Unchained that he has been meeting with lawmakers and lobbyists in Washington to assess alternatives. According to the same source, the summit could be explained to the public as a no-brainer way to have Americans' brightest minds weigh in on the areas of expertise. And I think having a rotating group of leaders, a rotating group of industry experts come in, bringing in varying, opinions and insight, stuff like that. Because again, there's a lot of people with bias and a lot of people that want to push their own narrative, right? They want to be in with DJT or whoever the president is for whatever the respective country is, because they want to push their own narrative, their own company, their own stock, their own ETF, their own crypto. So having a rotating one, of course you're going to have the stabs in the back, right? Like if I promote my ecosystem to DJT and then I leave, somebody behind them is going to be like, that talks to him is going to be like, oh yeah, Vega, no, his project is crap, it's a shit coin, don't worry about that, sir. And then this is why you should join us. Like it's always going to be that stupid game, which is unfortunate, but if we could cut that back and focus on the wider market, I think we'd be in a better place. So the whole rotation is purely a way to avoid conflict. I think that's a smart move, in my opinion, right? And don't forget, DJT did launch the Trump meme coin. It was up the other day. What's it at right now? Where's Trump? Right here. So it's actually down 10%. But it had a nice little spike here from 15 to 23. But yeah, like he had his own token too. So, I'm sure the people that helped him launch that token, because he didn't launch it, somebody helped him, probably has a foot in the door. And we got to be careful of those type of people, right? Because they tend to just try to move from project to project or get on one celebrity's list to move to another celebrity's list. So we'll see. Is Ripple to blame? Fueling rumors further, Andrew, founder of X3, shared that he claimed was a statement from alleged insider. Parrish posted on X should be obvious at this point, and sources confirming last night Ripple pressed too hard. No chance XRP makes it into the Fed level reserve. So, like that, we had the video come out from the young gentleman who goes on many news outlets to talk about Bitcoin and the greatness of Bitcoin. Come out, private video talking about XRP is trying to stab us in the back, basically. They're trying to get in. It's no longer a Bitcoin strategic reserve, it's crypto strategic reserve. So that video comes out. Things start to splinter. Factions start to fight. And they're saying that behind the scenes, because XRP was like, oh, President Trump, us, XRP, Ripple. That's why the decision was made. They pushed too hard. Focus remain on Bitcoin and best path to a SBR. SBR isn't simple. Will take time. Have to avoid law of unintended consequences. Trump is smart. Trust Bitcoin first thesis. These remarks suggest that Ripple's lobbying or perceived overreach might be pushing the Trump administration away from giving Ripple a prominent role in the government level decisions. However, Parrish posts are based on anonymous sources and remain unverified. So it's not verified yet. Several prominent figures in Bitcoin community have offered to take on the rumored developments. Julian Ferrar, co-founder of Apollo, stated via X, Trump is considering abandoning the crypto console. Not surprising. Imagine that Ripple's contribution has been so far. Here's our plan for dumping XRP on the American people in perpetuity. Shocking that this brain trust isn't working out. Meanwhile, Stephen LeBlanc, head of Swan Private, also posted on X, Ripple's posturing may have nuked the entire crypto console, with Trump leading towards the summits instead. So, like, that's what I'm saying. They got to be careful, right? That infighting, that pushing too hard, DJT attention span is very short, and money talks. So if you're sitting there and you're trying to bash on other projects and you're not talking about how we can get rid of the national debt, how we can upheld or lift up United States, and we're talking about this shitcoin and that shitcoin, he doesn't care. He doesn't care. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Cardano, a little bit XRP, USDC, USDT. Like, that would be my mix. Hang on, let's go look at CoinMarketCap. Yeah, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana. I don't think they will hold BNB just because of CZ and China and all that stuff. But, I mean, that's not a bad play. This thing's been steadily around this, 600 to 700. But after Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Cardano, maybe some Doge. Hey, what's wrong with Doge? Dogecoin, Cardano, and then, yeah, stable coins like USDC, USDT, a little bit of XRP. I don't think they touch Tron. I don't think Chainlink's interesting enough to them. Sue would be interesting to me, but maybe not to everybody. But yeah, in the comments, I want you to post what your crypto portfolio would be for the strategic reserve. Give me your top 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Your top 8 cryptocurrencies that the leadership of the United States or any country should consider in their crypto strategic reserve. Post it down in the comment section below. All right. Analysts predict delayed altcoin season amid lack of retail traders. Honestly, that's a good question. Are you guys trading at all? Like, you right now, the people watching on X, on YouTube, on Twitch, are you trading at all? Are you guys just chilling? Like, what's up? Do you not have the money to trade? You don't care to trade? You're just hodling what you got? You're mining what you got and hodling it? Like, where are all the retail traders? They're obviously there because they're selling to the centralized entities, the individuals, the suits, right? So, where is everybody? I know they're here. Maybe they just don't care. Maybe they're just waiting, right? Maybe they think that was the top. That's a good point. Maybe they think that was the top, right? So when we hit 108K, not once but twice, maybe they think, oh, it's over. Bear market's here. I made my money. I'm out. Next time. Sorry, checking chat. Bear with me right now. Trading a fiat for GPUs. Fartcoin? Pigeon? All right. No comments, no questions. Nobody tagging or at me or sending a super chat. All right, so we're looking good. We're looking good. I'm going to keep rocking and rolling. We got about 15 minutes left. Is Red Panda going live today, by the way? Anybody know if Red Panda's going live? Red Panda. They're going live. I mean, he's been going live like multiple days, so maybe not. But I got to get going after this. Crypto Pounder, I got you. Crypto Mikkel, I will catch up with you while driving. Trips, Chris Hanley doesn't love me anymore. Doesn't talk to me. but it's all right. I still love you. RPM is probably in Japan. Okay, all right, cool. Let him enjoy the trip. Again, I got a personal update coming up in a little bit. Hang tight. But crypto analysts suggest that altcoin market is still in an early speculative phase before staging a recovery into 2021 highs. So staging a recovery. So it's just not here, but it will come. It's just delayed. For instance, the daily active wallets on Algorand fell to 182,000 on February 10th as Algorand's token was trading around 28 cents. In contrast, the Algorand network boasted over 1.3 million active addresses, while Algo hit its all-time high of $1.46 on December 20th, 2021. Daily active addresses on Chainlink fell to 3,860. Wow, on February 10th compared to 11,280 on May 3rd, 2021. That's a good way to look at stuff. Okay, if you want to see if an altcoin is going to pump, well, I don't know, because you won't be able to see the number of wallets, or you can see all the wallets, but you won't be able to. By the time you find out it's pumping, it's already in a bunch of wallets and the price is already going up. But that's interesting. That's a good metric to look at. How many active wallets are actively trading on that altcoin or on that asset? Altcoin season will still show up, but it may not be the same way people experienced in the previous cycles. We have way more tokens now, higher levels of dispersion, with many altcoins seeing green, but specific sectors and tokens will be higher numbers than the rest. All right, so some altcoins are going to do very well, and some altcoins aren't going to do very well. Lower daily active addresses on most altcoins compared to 2021 peaks does suggest we're earlier in the cycle. Price recovery without matching daily active addresses growth indicates we're likely in the initial speculative phase before widespread adoption kicks in. So altcoin season, still not here, still not here, still not here. Where's the chart at? Yeah, about that. Anyways, experts unveil altcoin ETF approval odds. Basically, the odds of Litecoin getting an ETF is 90%. The odds of Dogecoin getting an ETF is 75%. Then Solana 70%, and then XRP 65%. I thought Solana would be higher than that. I thought Solana would be the next coin to get an ETF, followed by Doge before Litecoin, and then maybe XRP. Is there a way to bet on this? Where do you bet on this? Is there a website to bet on which ETF will get approved? Anybody know? Okay, so for Solana, we got Grayscale, VanEck, 21 shares, Canary, Bitwise. For Litecoin, we got Canary and Grayscale. For XRP, Grayscale, Bitwise, Canary, 21 shares, Wisdom Tree. Ooh, so Dogecoin likely yes. Litecoin likely yes. So XRP or SEC is expected to acknowledge the filings for XRP and Dogecoin in the near future, potentially as early as this week, potentially paving the way for further examination and eventual approval of these altcoin ETFs. When is that written? When is this written? So this is 1 day ago. So maybe next week. So end of February, possibly. With growing excitement around altcoin ETF applications, cryptocurrency prices have begun to rebound, particularly Litecoin, which is currently leading the charge. After experiencing significant decline to as low as $9 earlier this month, Litecoin has demonstrated a remarkable 20% increase over the past 7 days, successfully reclaiming the important $125 area. In contrast, Dogecoin, the leading meme coin, has faced steepest decline among the altcoins over the past month. Dogecoin has plummeted near 30%, consolidating around the price of 25 cents, 26.2 cents. Solana exhibited mixed performance, experiencing a 17% drop. It's actually below the $200 mark still. Yeah, Doge at 27 cents. Solana below $200 if I move out of your way. It's at 194. ADA below $1. 2 below $4. What was the other ETF? Litecoin. Where is Litecoin? Litecoin, where are you? There you are. And Litecoin, looking a lot better, actually. Looking a lot better. Look at that. Yeah, baby. Zoom out. Holy shit. What the fuck? Ah! I mean, could we get to all-time highs? Probably not. I mean, that would take a huge jump. That's 400. Let me get out of your way again. $414. Right? I mean, the all-time high, if we go to this line, was 420. 420, baby. But yeah, $414 was the previous all-time high. I could see us putting in a lower high, right? Let's say ETF gets approved and we get to about right there. That'll be a $350 Litecoin price. Yeah, it's possible. I don't think we got to go by that wick. Let's go midway point. Right there and right there. All right. So I want to see something here. What would it take to get back to there? Okay. $294. So almost a $300 Litecoin. Not bad. Not bad at all. We shall see. How's Caspa doing? Bleh. Bleh. Damn it, Caspa. Damn it, man. Damn it. Oh, it's killing me. It's killing me so bad. I mean, we had a nice little pump this week. That's pretty good. What was that little run up? 35%? Okay, all right. Come on, Caspa. 20 cents, man. Get to getting 20 cents, bro. Please. Please. Anyways, what else we got? Oh, yeah. RTX5080. Fun. Not worth it. Don't buy it. Strictly for mining. It's really not worth it at all. Like, this is the biggest dud as far as mining and gaming performance. It's lackluster. It's meh. Like the crypto market, meh. I would not encourage you to spend the price that this thing MSRPs for, let alone scalper prices. I would not recommend it, but I know you guys are going to buy it. And again, I will be selling it once I get a 5090. Focus. So yeah. I will be getting it once I get a 5090. And look at that. Look at that angle of this connector, bro. Look at the angle of this connector. It's so worrisome. You see that? You see that right there? Look at that connector. And then look what happens. Oh no. Oh no. Very sketch. Very sketch. But it's running good. Got up to 410 watts on the performance BIOS. And I did all the data on Reddit for you, all the mining performance. If you don't buy it strictly for mining and you're going to do it for gaming and maybe content creation, some 3D rendering, compute, and gaming, like perfect. But if you're just going to buy 16 gigs on this card is disappointing. Very disappointing. I'm hoping the Radeon 9000 series at least release with 20 gigs, 24 gigs, something like that. But yeah, you can see it in the gaming data that I'm going to be providing to you in the future. So make sure you get subscribed, stay tuned to the channel. Content's rolling out. I'm sorry it's not the hottest thing, and you know, letting off some nip slips or whatever the kids want these days. But if you're into data, crypto, blockchain, mining, technology in general, give the channel a subscribe. I may not make all the videos that you want to see, but there might be one or two that you might like and enjoy. So check it out. Please help support the channel. But I gotta get ready to get the heck on out of here. Let me give you that personal update. So we're just gonna chill out. We got 4 minutes left. I don't see Red Panda going live right now. But yeah, so personal update. I don't know how to say this without it probably impacting somebody or triggering somebody, but you know, this community is no stranger to situations where our fellow colleagues have fallen, and you know, you try to do everything you can to help them out, and it, you know, mentally it wears on you. But the wifey's not doing too good because her brother passed away, and her brother left behind 2 beautiful boys, and trying to figure all that out, make sense of why and how, and it's been a trial and tribulation week. It definitely have been a trial and tribulation week. I mean, content's still coming out because I already have recorded the content, edited, and scheduled for you guys, so you know I'm good like that. But it's really been the energy level of myself has not been on par, and I apologize for that. But I appreciate your patience as we go and try to get wifey back, you know, back on the horse, so to speak, you know, back to, you know, striving for greatness. But right now is just not a good time for her. So we're going out to the woods, going to separate from technology and have a good time. I got to get some things together and get out there, but just if you pray, keep the family in your prayers. If you don't pray, you know, ask the universe for, you know, just send your thoughts, send your positive vibes, whatever you got for wifey. And yeah, the brother, who is technically my brother-in-law, really good man. We went to the range a couple of times. Enthusiastic, funny. Don't know why this happened. I can't make sense of why this happened. I can't make sense of how it happened. But I'm going to choose to remember Richard in the best way that I can. You know, going out there, shooting a 308, shooting a 22, shooting a 9, shooting the AK, having a good time, laughing. Like, yeah. Just whenever you lose somebody, I know it's hard to try to regroup and get yourself moving forward, but you really need to. And you should use that fuel to make you a better person. How can you be better? How can you change the world in a better way, in a bigger way? How can you carry that memory on and live for them and yourself? But not a lot of people can do that. Not a lot of people can see somebody take a hit, keep it moving. So thank you for your patience. Keep wifey in your thoughts and prayers. You know, I'm hurting too, but this is her brother. And I loved her brother, but this is her brother. So like this, you know, end of 2024 with grandma, and then Papa Serpent, and now brother Richie. Like, we're getting old, fam. We getting old, and starting to happen. And I hate to say it, but mentally, it sucks. So I hope you and your family are okay. I keep you in my thoughts and prayers. You may not think I do, but I do pray and think about you guys. And I want you all to succeed and to be successful and to have a happy future. And if we can wish that and want that for every one of us, it may not all come true. And we're going to have trials and tribulations. But if we can wish that and want that, pray for that, I believe we will have a good future ahead of us. So stay safe, stay humble, stay together. I appreciate every single one of y'all. Do me a favor, though, on the way out. Make sure to hit that like button, get subscribed, hit the notification bell to stay up to date. So let's check out additional links in the description. They'll support the channel and what we do here. And you just have yourself a wonderful day. All right? Take care. I'll catch you in the next one. Thank you for the donations, guys. You didn't have to do that. Thank you, Retro Mike, for $19.99. Thank you, Tech Man, for the 50. Yeah. Matter of fact, Retro Mike and Tech Man, I hate to do this, but I am selling some hardware, Retro Mike, because I need to. So how do I see my page? How do I see my page? There it is. I'm gonna drop it in the live chat. But how do I see it? Visit profile. There it is. It's not much, but it's better for me to sell these units than to hang on to them, overheat my house, and I will probably use that money for the family, like the little ones. I don't even know, man. Like, I know what it was like to lose my dad at 10. These babies are babies, guys. These are 3 and 4. They don't even understand that their dad is gone. And how do you? That was the hard part, I bet, for my son Joseph, who helped my wifey try to explain that to Dan, and Nate. Like, I can't imagine, no parent should have to bury their child, but when a child has to bury their parent and they don't even comprehend that daddy is gone or mommy is gone, that's going to be hard, because when they get fussy, guess what they're going to do? I want my daddy. And then you have to sit down and explain, like, daddy, that sucks, bro. That sucks. Just take care of your little ones. Take care of your family. And I'll catch you guys on the next one, all right? Just take care. But if you guys, like, want any of this and can, like, I'll refund. I wish I could refund you, Tech Man and Retro Mike. Like, don't send me money unless you absolutely, your bills are paid and everything's taken care of. You guys take care of yourselves first. I am last on the list. But I would do everything I can to help you guys out as well. And Retro Mike, I tore apart the closet looking for the device we were talking about. I haven't found it yet, but I am still looking. I have not forgotten you, sir. Crypto Pounder, I already have my appointment scheduled, set in stone for me to remember. I'll take care of you. Everybody else that I've communicated with, Alter Component, a number of others, I appreciate you, and I will continue to communicate, and thank you for your patience. All right, get out of here. Go have yourself a good day. I'm sorry Red Panda's not live right now, but let him go enjoy Japan. He deserves it. And I hope to see you at Mind Disrupt 2025. Link should be down in the description if you are going to go buy some tickets. And make sure to come find me so I can give you some stickers provided to me by Crypto Miner Bros and a number of others, all right? Anyways, take care. Have a great day.